Et bonjour, on est de retour sur le Let's Play de Blade Runner Unseen Edition.
Ground floor lockup.
Et on va cuisiner notre ami.
You're Spencer Gregorian, right?
No. I really think my lawyer should be here.
I got some more questions for you. Tell me about your protest at Tyrell's plant.
I already told that other detective everything. Under duress.
I want to know about the people who were there. The Rastafarian and the Asian guy with the sunglasses.
I didn't know the Rastafarian. The Asian fellow was one of our ex-members. Izo was his name.
How long did you know him for?
Let's see. I met him about 5 years ago. He seemed so smart and balanced. He really wanted to help the replicant people.
Then what?
He started associating with the more militant factions. I was astounded when I heard he was supplying weapons to some of them.
What kind of weapons?
Guns so new that even the police had hardly used them, I heard.
Okay.
I got some more questions for you. Lot of people involved in your cause, Spencer?
Yes, sir, we're growing fast. As more and more people realize that replicants have cognitive and emotional legitimacy, the Citizens Against Replicant Slavery will spearhead the movement towards...
Save the pitch for someone who gives a shit.
We're peaceful people, Detective. We live by a code that men like you could never understand.
Try me.
2 centuries ago, humans were held in slavery. Brave souls formed an underground railroad.
So, you help replicants escape the city.
I'm talking figuratively, Detective.
Sure you are.
We're not children, Detective. We have resources. The world is changing. People are waking up to the injustices perpetrated by a sick society that you have helped...
A lot of them will wake up dead if reps are allowed to run amok on Terra, jerk.
Allez, on va faire le test de Wacom.
I'm gonna give you a little test.
The other detective, she already tested me earlier today.
Uh-huh. Look, I gotta check out the equipment, and you're the only stiff around.
I object to this treatment. If you'll just call my lawyer, he'll take care...
Your lawyer would tell you I got the authority to VK the mayor if I want. And he'd have to smile and nod and kiss my butt until I cleared him. So sit down.
Comment ça marche déjà? Ok. Ouais.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
3rd sector, uptown.
Nice neighborhood?
Very. Is this going to take long?
Just keep your pants on, Spencer. A man dressed in rags approaches you on the street and asks for money.
I tried to help him, of course. Buy him dinner or take him to a shelter.
You pour yourself a drink. Every time you finish one, you have another until you vomit. You wake up hungover and depressed.
What's your point?
Just say whatever comes into your mind.
You're a brutish oaf and a murderer, and I am not an alcoholic.
There you go.
Alors je crois que cette icône du haut, ça représente pour un être humain, enfin pour un être humain. Et ça c'est pour un répliquant.
Your child comes home with a black eye.
I'd call the school.
You rent a mountain cabin. On the walls, someone has hung old maps and Currier and Ives prints. A deer's head is mounted above the fireplace. A full stag with developed horns.
I leave.
You're at a restaurant with friends. One of them orders lobster. The chef drops the lobster into the tub of boiling water while you watch.
Are you trying to make me sick?
What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you?
I'm not answering that.
You see a documentary about 20th century tuna boats. At the end, you feel like taking up fishing.
Ridiculous.
What do you think it's like to be a replicant?
Horrible. Frightening.
Why?
They're hunted creatures. Anyone can gun them down without consequence. I'd say that's frightening, wouldn't you?
You've been kidnapped. Your captors tell you that you'd better think about what you did to deserve this.
I try to reason with them.
You have a little boy. He shows you his butterfly collection, plus the killing jar.
I take him to a psychiatrist.
Test terminated.
You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
On n'aura pas la réponse cette fois. Je pense que c'est un humain, sinon on aurait retiré.
Lockup. Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting range.
Lucky strikes. Crystal's brand. I knew she was spending a lot of time in the training maze these days, even though she'd already gotten close to a perfect score.
J'étais sûr qu'il y avait les résultats de l'entraînement quelque part.
Old copies of case files, notices, and memos. The usual station junk.
Et il y a bel et bien un trophée pour l'entraînement au tir. Il y en a deux même. Mais bon, c'est peut-être un peu trop tendu pour l'instant. Je le ferai de mon côté.
Roof.
Yahoo!
This your work?
Ah, dragon.
Dragon?
See? Anosoptera, dragonfly late of the American South Swampland.
You sell jewelry with dragonflies?
Item like that, very special significance. Very rare, senor. Estate item, and most likely part of large collection. Person must have plenty money to obtain a collection.
More than I can afford.
You try Hawker's Circle. Might want to trade for this. With luck, you may find.
If this is from a collection, I'm also looking for the other pieces.
I make you a deal. I found out where to get dragonfly jewelry. Then you buy a piece, right? For special lady friend. You come back later.
I'll do that.
You take care chasing the dragon.
Tant que je me souvienne, je crois qu'on va mettre un moment, on va pouvoir attendre un moment avant d'avoir la réponse.
Handsome man like you has lady friend, of course.
All my girl cares about is food and love.
Oh, how romantic. What is this girl's name?
Maggie.
Maggie. Ah,
Tentez ce
Maggie,
chien.
senor. It's perfect, is it not?
Ah,
It's kind of
Madonna,
ugly.
truc.
But you talk me into it. You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend is asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
Might I interest you in a snake, noble one?
Not today, thanks. You know anything about insects?
I regret that I do not, noble one, save that I feed them to my snakes.
You do what?
Artificial ones, of course. The safeguards in the design of my snakes would not allow them to swallow a real insect.
I assume that this insect is already extinct.
They all died after the war, yes.
So the fakes must be pretty expensive.
If bought in bulk, the price is acceptable. They do not need to eat them, of course, but the added realism is worth every penny. Have you ever seen such craftsmanship?
Right now I'm more interested in the insect.
Perhaps you should ask the Peruvian woman next door. She's an expert on such things and will cut a wonderful deal to friends.
I need to ask you,
Certainly the LPD must have better things to do than to question a humble merchant over and over again about the same things. Why aren't you out arresting criminals like that disreputable Bob fellow?
Bob?
He owns the armament shop up the street.
He's insane, noble one, insane. He takes peculiar pleasure in agitating all the vendors around here. I cannot even go out for a Shisco whoop without worrying whether Bob is going to sabotage my snakes.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for your time.
Et lui, là. Ok, bah on va aller voir ce fameux Bob. C'est par là? C'est bizarre. Ah oui, ok. Parce qu'en fonction de l'évolution de l'histoire, en fait, on peut accéder au même lieu, mais pas de la même manière. Enfin, vous allez voir.
Had a 45 blaster under your coat, or you just happy to be here?
You got good eyes.
They ought to be. They're the only organs of mine that survived the Phobos Wars intact.
Ray McCoy, Rep Detect.
Blade Runner, huh?
Jesus. Jesus.
How come I never heard of you?
I just got a sign.
Yeah, I'm kind of buddies with Davey Holden. How's he doing?
Word is he's gonna be okay.
That skin job must have been pretty damn quick getting by Davey like that. He's the best in the business.
He'll be back on the job soon. You sell any off-world stuff? Like Ender rifles?
Nah, I ain't seen anything like that in years. Wish I had one, though. The Endo was a real workhorse. Good stopping power, decent rate of fire. You looking? Gonna cost you a bundle, I'm afraid.
Not really. Somebody shot up Runsiter's shop with one.
Sucker had it coming. I'm sure of that.
Why's that?
Runsit is always putting on those airs like he's better than everybody else. but he'll do anything for a buck. Sell anything to anybody. That's where I draw the line. If it's suspicious, it's out of here. Got no place at Bullet Bob's.
You know anyone who might sell Ender rifles?
There's one other guy around here who dips into that stuff. Got a pawn shop down the street. Goes by the name of Ezo. But who knows what the real title is.
Ezo, huh? Sounds like you don't like him.
Ezo's okay. He's run the green pawn for a while. We're friendly competitors, I guess. But I don't appreciate his politics.
Yeah?
Rumors, that's all they are. I was out there, Ray. I did my time. 3.5 years worth. And I can tell you, Rep's got no business being down here on Earth, okay?
Yeah. Earth don't deserve him.
Tell me about it. We got standards to uphold down here.
Ok. T'énerve pas.
I hear you've been waving guns around on Anemoid Row.
Who's been telling you that crap? That lying Egyptian snake oil salesman?
Hassan?
That's the one. I should have popped him when I had the chance. You want to know what really happened? I wanted to get my daughter a present for her birthday, right? I bought an iguana from that crook Hassan. And the damn thing ran out of juice just 2 days after I plucked down a shitload of Chinyan. Son of a bitch wouldn't give me a refund. So I threatened to burn down his shop.
Sometimes you just gotta be philosophical about these things.
That's exactly what my wife says. I heard of you.
Is that right?
You ain't done much.
I just got assigned.
Guys like you get hurt real easy.
Meaning what, exactly?
It ain't like you're a real Blade Runner. Not like Steel or Gaff.
We get hurt sometimes, too. It's a dangerous business. You got any decent ammo for my piece?
You mean the good stuff? 'Cause I know them police-issue spitballs just don't cut it.
Not these days.
Yeah, I know how it is. If you want to drop a skin job, you need a little extra oomph. I got a few clips around here somewhere. If you got the Chinyan for it.
Okay, let's have it.
Merci. J'ai jamais trop compris comment
How'd
ça
you feel
marchait,
about
mais-
taking a little test?
You mean the Voight Kampf? You come into my shop and you want to VK me?
Ben ouais.
Relax, I just...
It's funny. You thinking I'm a rep. Set up the test. We'll see what's what around here.
J'adore ce jeu. Ah oui, c'est vrai.
What do you do for a living?
I sell donuts. Come on, is the whole thing gonna be this dull?
Just answer the questions as truthfully as you can. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a large black spider crawling up the wall.
Where? They're worth a mint, even with only half their legs.
It's just hypothetical.
Hyper what?
There's no spider.
Well, why did you say so then?
Describe in single words only the good things that come into your mind about your mother.
Nah, lightweight. She was easy to carry.
You're 7 years old. You managed to steal several marshmallows from the kitchen and sneak them back to your bedroom. You're caught, and your father spanks you.
Good for him.
A teacher calls you stupid in front of the rest of the class.
Yeah, I remember that. Bitch.
You're at a restaurant with friends. One of them orders lobster. The chef drops the lobster into the tub of boiling water while you watch.
I kicked the crap out of the sicko.
You rent a mountain cabin. On the wall, someone has hung old maps and Currier and Ives prints.
I'm not much for art.
A deer's head is mounted above the fireplace. A full stag with developed horns.
I'd burn it. Burn the whole damn place to the ground.
How old are you?
35. And still young enough to kick your ass.
du mal à le croire qu'il a 35 ans.
You're visiting the dentist. At the receptionist's desk is a huge bowl of fresh-cut flowers.
Flowers? So what?
It's illegal to pick them. Flowers aren't like soya. They're endangered. They need sunlight, fresh air.
They ain't gonna get it around here. I think they're all gone anyway. You seen a single goddamn flower in the last 10 years?
Yeah. Once. You see an oversized book with pictures of exotic animals on the cover. The title is Big Game Hunting in Zaire.
I'd burn the book.
Let me finish. Curious, you flip it open. There's a picture of a man standing with his foot on a dead Cape buffalo. You find yourself fascinated. You keep paging through it, seeing picture after picture of animals laid to waste, each more gruesome than the last.
So this is how this test goes, huh? You asking me sick questions.
It's designed to provoke you.
Is that right?
A man dressed in rags approaches you on the street and asks for money.
I tell him to get a job. Ain't he heard there's a labor shortage around here?
Test terminated.
So that's it?
Yeah?
Since you didn't shoot me, I must have registered okay.
Yeah, it was touch and go there for a while.
Now, you know, I think about skin jobs all the time. Try to get into their heads. Maybe that's what the deal is.
Allez, on continue. À moins que...
Thanks for your time.
Il y a un truc qu'il n'y avait pas dans la version PC, c'est la possibilité de choisir les sujets de discussion. Parce que tout le temps, elle était dans un ordre préétabli. Et là, du coup, bon, c'est pas mal, malgré que, du coup, il n'y a pas eu la traduction de fait. Alors, peut-être qu'ils vont le faire dans une mise à jour, mais bon, jusqu'ici, ça, j'aime pas trop. Par contre, si, il y a un truc qui me saoule, moi, c'est ça. Là, c'est ça. Les indices. Tout est en anglais. Alors bon, le truc c'est assez limpide, mais là il y a des trucs carrément je comprends pas du tout. Bref. C'est un trop bazar.
I got a couple of questions for you, Captain.
First one's on the house. The rest you pay for. You want chit-chat, you hire a hooker. This ain't no social club.
Merci.
Nice bracelet, tough guy. Who's Maggie, your mommy?
She's a dog.
So is my wife, but I sure as hell don't brag about it.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Jamais pas un service, monsieur.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Discutera avec lui plus tard.
Step up, step up. Mama Isabella cooked you something special. Put a glow in your cheek.
McCoy, LPD. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Questions, they always need answers.
This guy work for you?
No, but I wish he do. He be one fine-looking man.
You sure? Never seen him before.
I'd remembered him for sure.
You send a lot of deliveries over to Marcus Eisendaler at the Tyrell building?
Eisendaler. Oh, Eisendaler, yeah. Let me tell you, that man can't eat.
Send anything over lately?
No, sir.
No deliveries to him no more. Not since last month. He be way behind on his bill.
Not for a month, eh?
At least. No more till him pay up.
You may have a little trouble collecting. He's dead. That stew's looking tasty.
Fix you right up. Only dirty chinion. It put a spring in your step, man. The ladies, they be loving you.
Thanks for your
C'est fou,
time.
ils parlent tous avec les mains, ces personnages. À croire que ça se passe pas à Los Angeles, ça se passe en
Thanks for
Italie.
your time.
Bon, je plaisante.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Ouais, il va être complètement torché, l'animal. Bon, je crois qu'il y a un passage tendu ici, mais je suis pas sûr. Ah, il est là.
2 minutes. That's how much time I give every stranger that wanders in here off the street.
Sell a lot of stuff that way?
I don't encourage browsers. What impresses me are people who know what they want and are not afraid to pay for it.
What's the most expensive thing you got in here?
Value is a relative notion. What's significant to you might be meaningless to me.
And vice versa.
Everything here is guaranteed. The finest, most authentic anyone can get.
Let me tell you what I want, and maybe I'll impress you.
Or my paperwork is in order.
Doesn't matter. I don't read anyhow. What's your name?
Giza.
You move a lot of valuable goods through here? Valuable and exotic?
How exotic?
We're talking exceptionally fine jewelry in the shape of a dragonfly.
They were so majestic. I remember them from my childhood. And that was the last time I've seen them.
It's very important that I find out about this. Can you help me?
If I see something, and you can match whatever my collectors will pay, it's all yours.
Thanks a million. How about off-world assault weapons? You got anything that's a match for these?
I don't deal in anything from the off-world. Much too hard to authenticate.
A man of your expertise could probably tell, though.
I don't even like to have them in here. My friend
J'ai pas
Shoshana
remarqué,
Yuri
mais
picked
c'est
up
une
the
icône
EOS
qu'on
blade
voit, là.
from some gunner's space helmet. He was vomiting blood for days.
Ah, putain. Ça commence.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Ça, c'est le genre de truc bien chiant. Les apparitions aléatoires des personnages. C'est
Pour me
trop
one.
relou.
Just one?
One, but one good one. Thanks for your time.
Cái đồ ăn ở đó rất là ngon.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Faire le tour du patin. J'aurais peut-être dû le traquer d'entrée de jeu et pas recharger, je sais pas.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Ông đó đang nhìn mình đổ cảnh sát ở đâu ạ? Tôi rất ông đó đang nhìn mình nhanh.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Ouais, c'est mort, je commence pas tout. Ah, attends. C'est lui, moi.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Exact. Non. Ah.
2 minutes. That's how much time I give every stranger that wanders in here off the street.
Sell a lot of stuff that way?
I don't encourage browsers. What impresses me are people who know what they want and are not afraid to pay for it.
What's the most expensive thing you got in here?
Value is a relative notion. What's significant to you might be meaningless to me.
And vice versa.
Everything here is guaranteed. The finest, most authentic anyone can get.
Let me tell you what I want, and maybe I'll impress you.
All my paperwork is in order.
Doesn't matter. I don't read anyhow. What's your name?
Izo.
You move a lot of valuable goods through here? Valuable and exotic?
How exotic?
We're talking exceptionally fine jewelry in the shape of a dragonfly.
Ah, they were so majestic. I remember them from my childhood, and that was the last time I've seen them.
It's very important that I find out about this. Can you help me?
If I see something, and you can match whatever my collectors will pay, it's all yours.
Thanks a million. How about off-world assault weapons? You got anything that's a match for these?
I don't deal in anything from the off-world. Much too hard to authenticate.
A man of your expertise could probably tell, though.
I don't even like to have them in here. My friend Shoshana Yuri picked up the Eos plague from some gunner's space helmet. He was vomiting blood for days.
Dégueu. Non! Ah, ça me saoule, ça.
Two minutes. That's how much time I give every stranger that wanders in here off the street.
Sell a lot of stuff that way?
I don't encourage browsers. What impresses me are people who know what they want and are not afraid to pay for it.
What's the most expensive thing you got in here?
Value is a relative notion. What's significant to you might be meaningless to me.
And vice versa.
Everything here is guaranteed. The finest, most authentic anyone can get.
Let me tell you what I want, and maybe I'll impress you.
All my paperwork is in order.
Doesn't matter. I don't read anyhow. What's your name?
Easel.
Ever consort with a group called CARS? C-A-R-S?
CARS. What is that?
Citizens Against Replicant Slavery.
I don't have time for such pursuits.
How about Spencer Gregorian?
The same goes for him, whoever he is.
Funny, because he described you to a T. Even down to that stupid little ponytail you got.
It's called a chomagi.
What would you say if I told you Gregorian named you as one of the people who was there when the Tyrell building blew up?
There's a mistake somewhere along the chain of communication.
So, you're denying all involvement?
I won't lie to you, Detective. There was a time in my life when I might have been involved with such an organization. I actually cared. But now, all I care about is my business. I am nothing but a humble salesman. Perhaps I can interest you in this camera. 100 years ago, it was a cherished item. Whole families sat for portraits.
I've seen plenty of photographs in my time.
Have you ever seen this?
Le fumier. J'ai retiré la serrure.
There were off-world rifles here and more. Grenades, explosives, modern rifles, even some police-issue restricted weaponry. Ezo wasn't some small-time fence, but a big-time arms dealer. The exact arms that renegade replicants would be looking for to survive in the big city. Nothing else there. Nothing else there.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Non! Vas-y, prends ton temps, t'as raison. Non, t'es pas en train d'apprendre un suspect, non. Vas-y, prends ton temps. Ouais.
I am not about to have all my hard work obliterated just because you stumbled into my shop, Detective. Westerners need guns and hardware. All I need is will.
Freeze, Yoshi!
Ezo.
Whatever. Been keeping yourself busy?
I'll be out of lockup within the hour.
Your little skin job friend's gonna take up a collection to bail you out, or you got it saved up?
Maybe I got friends in high places.
Yeah, and if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. What are you doing here, Slim?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
I've been tracking this boy for a week. He thinks he's pretty clever. He's a material witness in a case I'm working. In fact, your best buddy's a replicant, isn't he? The big guy with the dreadlocks. What's his name again?
Hallucinate often?
That's okay. You'll be giving him up to me soon enough. I can handle it from here, Slim. Why don't you go buy yourself a lollipop? Something else to suck on.
Very clever.
But I wasn't trying to be.
Eh ben, comparé à ma précédente game, il s'en tire à bon compte, parce que je l'avais buté la dernière fois, je crois. Eh, attends. J'ai complètement oublié.
Xin hỏi cái chỗ cảnh sát ở đâu ạ? Tôi rất mong anh đang
Il y a un trophée en rapport avec tous les endroits à découvrir. Du coup, je vais aller par là où on n'était pas allé la dernière fois. Qu'est-ce que tu fais maintenant? Attends, je vais peut-être fouiller un peu plus ici. D'abord.
Nothing else there. Nothing else there.
D'accord. Je crois que c'était bon en fait, mais ouais. Ah oui. Bon, ok. Parce que la partie des égouts vers la fin, c'est vraiment spécial. Labyrinthique comme on peut plus.
McCoy, LPD.
Xin hỏi cái chỗ cảnh sát ở đâu ạ?
Ray McCoy, Rep Detect. McCoy, LPD. You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend, he's asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
Il est pas là le gars. Bon. On enchaîne.
I was fresh out of Leeds. Poking around Hawker's Circle had been a waste of time. I had nothing to connect this Ezo character to the Eisendaler murder. But if the replicants had done in one Tyrell scientist, maybe they'd go after another. And the subcontractors down on DNA Row didn't have Tyrell's security to protect them.
Ce qui m'amène à un autre quartier. Ah,
Ông đó đang nhìn mặt.
il est là.
You know who deals in insects down here?
You don't want insects? They're no good companion. But fish. Fish are good. I have every kind of fish for you. Blowfish, dorado, miniature sailfish. Very friendly.
No, thanks. I got a dog at home.
Fish just as good as dog.
No, my dog is real.
Real? Oh, you must make lots of money.
Let's get back to insects. Official LPD business.
Ah, down at end of Animal Row, you see big green sign? You try there. Good luck with dog, friend. Hope he stays healthy.
She.
Ah oui, c'est plus tard qu'il faut lui parler à ce personnage. Mortel, comme dans le film.
What you want? I'm busy.
Alors ça, c'est le généticien qui fait les yeux. Si pour ceux qui ont vu le film.
Excuse me.
Deliveries to rare.
LPD, I got a couple of questions.
Talk, always talk. You wait, you know take up time. Busy.
Marcus Eisendollar is dead.
Okay, we talk. Quick, now. What you want?
You were close to Eisendollar?
Eisendollar? No time for him. No go to lab. Eisendollar test off-world gravity to work important organs. Visual center, you see?
Marcus is dead.
To work hard all night, all day, no stop, no break, no OT.
Did you hear me?
Of course I hear you. You think I'm deaf? Your time more important, huh? Eisendollar dead. Miraji may be dead. You out chasing skirts?
Miraji?
You eat supper with Miraji every night, no fail. Sometimes Chinese, sometimes Indian, sometimes home cooked. Sometimes we go up and eat with twins.
Miraji didn't show. Did you call him?
Hey, call. I knocked. 10 minutes ago, door locked. No answer. Where you come from, huh?
What?
Nothing.
Tell me this.
Hey, wait, LPD, you there for something, huh, LPD? I'm very busy. Eyes will wait for nothing.
Tell me this.
Hey, wait, LPD, you there for something, huh, LPD? I'm very busy. Eyes will wait for nothing.
Je pourrais l'écouter toute la journée. Laisse-moi sortir. Merci. Je crois qu'on va s'arrêter là. Je pense qu'on approche du temps réglementaire. C'était mon qui saigne. Ok. Bon, je vous dis à plus tard. Pour la suite. Allez, ciao.